Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other, and this is the first video of 2025, and what I wanted to discuss was something I ran across on YouTube last Friday. I ended up watching the whole thing. It was a movie about Bear Bryant called The Bear. I had heard about it, and it was a movie that starred Gary Busey playing Bear Bryant. I had heard about the movie and heard that it was very unpopular. It was in the theaters for about a week and was removed from the theaters because of Bear Bryant's family. That's what I had heard, and didn't think Gary Busey was the best choice for playing the part of Bear Bryant. Of course, I don't know what actor you could have play Bear Bryant, to tell you the truth. Being able to match that accent of his, the gruffness in his voice. I thought the HBO movie The Junction Boys that starred Tom Berenger. I thought Tom Berenger probably was about the closest to what Bear Bryant was like. There's a movie about him coaching boys at Texas A&M. The whole movie focused on Texas A&M. This movie focused on, well, his career basically all the way from him wrestling the bear at age 13 to him retiring from football. And it talked about him playing for University of Alabama, playing in the Rose Bowl in the 1930s, and he was an assistant when he was drafted by the Chicago Bears to play professional football. Decided to go into coaching instead and became an assistant coach, and then got his first head coaching job at University of Maryland. There was only like one scene about that in the movie where he's talking to the president of the university, and I believe if I remember right, I believe he quit because the president of the university either suspended or fired one of his assistant coaches, and it didn't go well with Coach Bryant. He resigned immediately, and then it goes on about his career with University of Kentucky, and they show an awards ceremony where they're awarding the coaches, different coaches at Alabama, mainly, or I mean not Alabama, Kentucky, University of Kentucky, mainly Adolph Rupp, the basketball coach, and Paul Bear Bryant. Basketball has always been more popular at Kentucky, and they gave Adolph Rupp a Cadillac, and they gave Coach Bryant a plaque. Bear Bryant resigned the next day, and then it talks about how hard he worked the boys when he was at Texas A&M, and there's a scene with some higher up people at Alabama wanting to get Bear Bryant over there. I guess the football program's a total disgrace, and I think they'd only won like 3 games in 4 years or something like that. It was pretty bad, and they talked about how they could get Bear Bryant to come there, and because he played there and everything, and he did come there. He took over the program in 1958. They show where the football dorm is a total disaster. It's just a big mess. A lot of beer drinking going on, and everything. And Bear Bryant just makes an impromptu visit and tells the boys he's a new coach there, and he tells them you got until morning to get this dorm cleaned up. And he definitely meant business. I don't know if that actually happened at University of Alabama or not. I don't know if the dorms got like that. I tend to think not. University of Alabama had a lot of how would you say, a lot of high standards. Students were held to some pretty high standards from what I understand about the University of Alabama. But anyway, I don't know if that actually happened or not, or if that was just sometimes movies they come up with, they add extra things to make the movie more dramatic. But anyway, it goes on about his career at Alabama all the way up until he resigns or retires. And there is a scene where he's talking to his grandson about how he's going to take the Miami Dolphins coaching job. Miami Dolphins, I believe Joe Robbie offered him a new car, a new house, and he almost took the job. And his grandson was, was talking about his grandson was saying how he's going to be leaving him and stuff. And he said, if the situation was reversed, Grandpa, I wouldn't leave you. And he ended up reneging on taking that University of Alabama, or I'm sorry, Miami Dolphins job, and stayed at University of Alabama until his retirement. But I did start seeing, the first time I saw Coach Bryant was a game against it was a Sugar Bowl, as a matter of fact, against Ohio State, where he was coaching against Woody Hayes, and they wiped out Ohio State. And it was a 1977 season, and I guess played January 1st, 1978, the Sugar Bowl, and that was the first time I saw Coach Bryant. By that time, he had aged quite a bit, and I did watch Alabama football with him. I remember the Sugar Bowl again against Penn State, where they won that game 14-7, beat Joe Paterno's team, and I remember him retiring after the win over University of Illinois in one of the bowl games, maybe the Liberty Bowl, maybe. I can't say for sure on that one. But anyway, the movie itself, I don't know. That thing could easily have been a 3-hour movie. It could have gone more, and I think it would have been. I think with a better casting move on who would have played Coach Bryant, and maybe the movie being 3 hours, and I'm saying that because his story would be worth watching it. Worth spending 3 hours watching it. It would have been would have had more depth to it, and maybe more time in him with how things went at Maryland, how things went at Kentucky, etc. And that's my opinion on it. Obviously the movie did not do well in reviews were not good, and it didn't do well in the box office or anything. I mean, I didn't think it was a terrible movie. I thought it was an okay movie. Let me put it that way. I actually liked the Junction Boys, the Tom Berenger movie, a little better than the Gary Busey movie. But anyway, that's what I thought about that movie, The Bear, and I believe it's still right now. It's still on. You can still see it on YouTube, and you're interested in watching the things. But I think it's a about 2-hour movie. And with that being said, I'm looking for ideas on shows to do in the future. My show is about preserving history, especially obscure aspects of history. That being said, like, subscribe, share. As always, thanks for watching.